My name's Cody Crane, and this is part 3. Um, I've been on my health journey for about 5.5 months now, and it's about time for me to go back to my reality of, going back to a place where I'm my only, how do I put it? I'm the only person who's in charge of me. I'm not having somebody watch over me. Because being down here, being with people, being with, other people are watching you. They're okay. Oh, did you do this? They're on you. They're trying to help you accomplish your goals. So it's just like, oh, you've got this. Well, I can do it, but if I forget it, people can, people tell me, people are on top of me. But being able to go back and actually continue on my health journey, I'm the only one in charge of myself. I've got to keep up on myself. Because if I don't, one little slip and I can go back to the way I was feeling, the way I was. And I don't want to go back there. That's a deep, dark hole. And I don't want to fall back down it. So it's going to be a journey, because when I came down here, there was only one person that I told that I was coming down here, and for what reasons. I never told any of my friends. I never told any of my family. I said I was going down to Mexico to help, do these things. I came up with an excuse, just so like, oh yeah, okay, see you in a couple months, because I only told them I was going to be down here probably for a month. And then I ended up staying 5.5 months. So during this whole time, I've been having very limited communication with them, and not really talking, and it's gonna be very interesting to see, because they didn't know what to expect when me coming down here. They didn't understand what I was going to go through. I didn't even understand what I was going to go through. And so being able to see the reactions, because they live in a negative, some of my friends live in a negative environment, and it was just, I was thriving off that negative because I was negative. I never really had any positive outlook on life. I tried to be, positive. I'll give myself a little bit of hope here and there. I tried to say, oh no, I can do it. But really deep down inside, I was becoming a very negative and toxic person. And I know when going back, a lot of people are going to be happy. A lot of people finally like, wow, you've finally done it. People that have been wanting me to succeed, that haven't been able to see me succeed. I'll be able to come back and be, look, I'm not in pain. I've lost all this weight. I've been able to accomplish something in 5.5 months that I have not been able to accomplish in 5 to 6 years that I've been trying to accomplish. I've been doing things that I've never been able to do, and they will finally be able to see that and understand, wow, he's finally got it. And then I know there's the other side. I know there will be other people that will say, oh, wow, you did this, and just have a negative look, oh, good job, but because my attitude's changed, my emotions have changed, I've become a positive person, and my energy is positive. And they're going to be feeding off that and not liking it. They're not going to like the success I've achieved, because I know some of my friends were using me as a marker in their life, where they said, oh, well, I don't need to achieve anymore. I don't need to do anymore. I'm doing better than Cody. So as long as I'm doing better than him, I'm good. I don't need to achieve anymore. I don't need to do anything. So I know a lot of people are going to be just very negative and not understanding, like, why would you go off and do this thing? They're just going to hate what I did, because I was at a point in my life where I had to change my life. And to actually change your life in a dramatic way, a lot of people don't do that. A lot of people don't understand why you do that. They just figure, I'll just go along with the punches, even when the punches are bad, you can't change it. It's life. You're on it, don't change it. But to actually come down here and to actually see that I changed emotionally, physically, mentally, where I'm heading off in life, they're not going to understand it. They're gonna try to get me back to where I was before, because they want the old me, where I would just hang out, do whatever they say. I would be the lowest point in their life, where it'd be like, I'm doing better than him, so I'm doing good. but they're going to have to actually take a look at their own life. A lot of them won't do that. A lot of them will stay where they are and just hate me for it, or they won't communicate much with me because I'm too positive. I'm finally looking outward on life and what I want to do, and a lot of people don't like that around them. They want people that are like themselves, like-minded, that don't have anything in life that they want to do anymore, that they don't achieve to do anything, that they don't have goals, and they don't want to succeed. And I know family and friends both are going to be trying to pull me down, trying to pull me back in. But, I understand that, and that's where it comes into the understanding that I might lose every single person that I once was there for me, that said, oh, I've got your back. Oh, if you need anything, just give me a call. Oh, let's do things. I might lose all that. And if I lose all that, I have to lose all that. Because I don't want to be like that. I don't want to be that same person. I don't want to feel that same way. And if I have to lose a bunch of family and friends, it's their loss. Because they can stay in their dark little corner of the world. They can stay in their little hole. They don't want to leave. They can, be the unsuccessful person they, want to be. I don't want to be that way. And so therefore, I can't have that around me. Because they're going to be constantly trying to pull me back down. And it's just like that little devil on your shoulder, telling you to do the bad things. Having it around just makes it a lot easier to do it. And I don't want that. I want the little angel. I want the positive dude on my shoulder saying, you know what, you can do it. You got it. Don't worry about it. Because I don't want any negative around me. So, you know what? Friends are replaceable. Even ones that you've had since you were, 5 years old. Family, it's hard to let go of family, but you know what? I find you find more family in friends and more family in people that are like-minded around you, because you want to be around them. They're like your brother, they're like your sister, they're like your mom, they're like your dad, because they want the best for you. And that's what parents really are. Parents are, somebody who wants the best for you, that helps you along the way, that nurtures you, that helps you do anything that you want to do. And if I have to leave them behind, I will, because nothing can stop me. And I don't want to go back, and it'll be hard. They'll be sending all this negative emotion and hate my way. And it's just something, because they finally can see in themselves that they're not achieving something, because somebody in their circle, somebody close to them, finally achieved something, changed their, health, their whole life around 180. And they don't like that. They don't like change. People are afraid of change. People are afraid to do, things that can dramatically change your life. And it's hard, because people have to actually finally look at themselves and saying, wow, if he can do it, why can't I? And they have to be critical on themselves. And a lot of people don't want to feel that way or do that. They're afraid to look at themselves. They want to look at others and judge them in order to make themselves feel better. And that's what I was. I was a judgment tool. I was something to look at to make themselves feel better. I was that pawn in their life that just, made them stay where they are. And if they're willing to change along with me, I'd love it. I'd love to have some of my friends. Some of my friends are really good. They're positive. But, I just, if they're not willing to change, I can't have them around anymore. But that's, that's their own fault. I'm not doing anything to make them stay that way. If they don't want to change, then, it's their own undoing of themselves. So, but I know there will be some positives in there. So, I've got so many things to look forward to. I can finally start looking forward into what career field I want to do. What can I do? Because I can do anything. And it's just, I finally find enjoyment, because I took a college course. Well, I took a few college courses back about a year ago, and I wasn't feeling it. I wasn't happy where I was going, because it wasn't something I wanted to do. It was something it was like a checklist. It was something that I could only do. It wasn't on that list. There wasn't that, all the academics that I could do, I can only do these few things. And now I can look at that academic list and like, what would be fun to do? What can I do? Because I can do anything. So it's just in the journey in life, being able to, take care of myself, not have anybody worry about me, not have anybody, be like, oh, can he do this today? Or, be able to go out and do things and not have to worry. About 2 years ago, I went out with friends. We went to Disneyland for the first time. We went out, just the four of us, traveled down there to LA, and it was like, when I was walking around, I was in constant pain. And I felt like the whole time I was dragging them back. Like, we'd go on one ride, and then you stand in line for an hour because the lines are short. And I ended up having to sit for, a good probably 30 minutes just before I could even stand back up on it. And then I try again and try again. Well, I ended up one night we were halfway through the trip, and we were in the middle of an amusement park, and I'm just like, I gotta go back to the hotel. I can't stand anymore. And that was, we were halfway through the park. We weren't done for the day. It was only around 2 o'clock. We were supposed to stay there until late night and do all these things that I couldn't. I had to give up because I couldn't physically push myself anymore. And it's just, reflecting back on that, and then knowing how I am now, it's just like, I can do those things. I can go to an amusement park, stand in line for 9 hours if I had to, and be able to ride the ride and then go on the next ride. I can physically do the things that I want to do, that I've always wanted to do. I can go out and play sports again. I can go out and do things. I don't have to keep constantly thinking, oh, what am I not going to be able to do? Because if I were to travel, I'd be like, well, I have to be in close range of the hotel, or I have to have these certain things, or I have to, it would be a checklist of what I had to do, and I can finally throw that list away and be like, I can do whatever. I can stand, I can go places, not have that worry, not have that little person on my shoulder anymore saying that you can't do that. And it's going to be a long journey. I've still got a lot of way to go. It's going to be very long. I mean, I'm going to have to stay on things and do certain things for the rest of my life. But you know what? I don't look at that as a negative. It's all positive, sure. I mean, everybody's got something in their lives they can't do for certain reasons. But it's the way you let it affect you. If you have worry, if you start hating it, if you start being like, well, I've got to do this, it's going to bring you down. It's going to pull you back. It's going to cause toxic environment around you, and it's going to, cause toxicity in your body. But, I don't look at it that way anymore. I look at it as, yeah, I've got these things to do, but look at all these other things I can do now. Look at what I can achieve, what I can succeed at. And it's going to be long, but it's going to be fun.